Are you thinking of becoming a landlord? Hi, I'm Simon Dippenaar and I'm an attorney. Many people are looking for ways to earn some passive income to supplement their primary income as the cost of living soars and it becomes harder and harder to make ends meet. One way of doing this may be to let out a property to tenants. Of course, not everyone can afford to invest in a rental property, but there are various circumstances that might create opportunities to become a landlord. For example, if you have recently married or moved in with a partner, you might have one property standing empty. Rather than selling it, you may consider renting it into or turning it into a rental. This is the first of two talks designed to help you get ready to be a landlord. In this talk, I'll cover getting the property ready and finding a tenant. In the second talk, I'll look at managing the rental once you're up and running. A rental with reliable long-term tenants can be a significant source of steady income. However, passive income does not mean you can be passive about your responsibilities. Being a landlord involves commitment and engagement. If you're thinking of renting out a property, there are a few tips that will help you make the transition from property owner to landlord as smoothly as possible. Firstly, remember that the lease is a legal contract. The Rental Housing and Amendment Acts and the Consumer Protection Act exist to protect landlords and tenants, but they are biased towards tenant protection in response to historical abuse and violations of trust on part of landlords. You should familiarize yourself with these pieces of legislation and make sure you comply. You need a written lease agreement that contains information about the tenancy, including term of the lease, rental amount, deposit details, and conditions of occupancy, such as who is responsible for what and whether pets are allowed, etc. Be sure to let your insurer know that the property is rented out too. When determining the rent you ask, you should take into consideration the market average for the property like yours and your own costs. When you factor in your bond payment, insurance, etc., you will know what you need to earn in order to make some profit. But you need to be competitive. If your price point is much higher than similar properties, prospective tenants will look elsewhere. Get the property in shape before you put it on the market. Make sure security systems and any non-movable appliances are in good working order. It's a good idea to have them serviced. Repair any snags, minor damages that is merely an annoyance to you might become a major irritation to a tenant. Get them fixed before your tenants move in. Then put aside the first few months' rent as a contingency fund for unexpected repairs or expenses. Your burst geyser should be covered by your home insurance, but remember, there's always an excess to pay. When you put the property on the market and tenants start to express interest, be sure to carry out proper screening. You're entitled to conduct credit and background checks on a new tenant. Ask for a certified copy of ID, 3 months of bank statements, proof of income, and references from previous landlords. If you're using a rental agent to find a tenant for you, they will carry out these checks. You'll usually pay a fee of 1 month's rent for the service. It's a small price to pay for peace of mind. They also draw up the lease for you, or my firm, SD Law, can help you with that. If you've got any questions about rental housing legislation, lease agreements, or any other aspect of landlord-tenant relations, please give me a call on the number in the signature below.